Hello all, Steve from Norfolk Bushcraft here. Hope everyone's fit and well. It's a beautiful night tonight here on the Fenlands. Very cold as you can see. I don't know what the exact temperatures are going to be, but it's a clear sky. The stars are out, the moon's up, so it's probably going to be below zero. But tonight what I thought I'd do is I'd come out packing light, just to show you all that, you know, not every little bush trip you make has to be with a full Bergen on and 40 litres of gear, etc, etc. Now I'm coming out tonight, I'm going to make a little fire, I'm going to have some stew, some lovely stew, and a nice cup of tea, and all of it is going to be out of my favourite bit of kit, which is my respirator pouch, or a Fieldsack as most people call it. For bushcraft purposes, it's basically a Haversack, and I promise you, it's the best Haversack you can buy for your money. It really is a sweet, sweet budget option. Now, I did an introduction to the pack some time ago, and it got a lot of views and people asking me about the Haversack itself. And I'm going to continue to call it a Haversack because I'm a bushcrafter and that's what I use it for. There is no respirator in it. This is being reused for the civilian market by me and by bushcrafters like me. All right, it's a fantastic bit of kit, as I said, made of Cordura. It's very tough, mostly waterproof, and it carries an exceptional amount. It's very adaptable. It costs around, this cost me £12, but I got these two side pouches with it. It'll probably cost you about £12 without the side pouches, which are ammo pouches, by the way. So have a look out for it, see what deal you can get, but I promise you, for the money, you won't get anything better. All right, let's take a look at the sack itself. It's full Velcro, as it says, field pack on the inside. All right, now for tonight, I've got my tinder, which I've pre-prepared. Okay, I've been collecting it over the winter and drying it out. So as I use it, I collect more, and it's a cycle. I've got my Forest Fundamentals mess bag with my mess kit inside, which is non-stick pans and firelight and equipment, etc. Oh, and a brew kit. I also have my Boundless Voyage little, well, it's a wood stove, but it's actually a twig stove. People use different names for it. But it's titanium, again, fantastic bit of kit. You can pick these up for around 40 to 50. I got mine for 35 on a special offer, but you can get them on Amazon. In this pocket, let me pull it out. What I have is my Arctis rainproof and windproof top. It's very lightweight, and I can actually store it inside one of these ammo pouches. Yeah, that's just in case the weather takes a turn tonight, or there's too much moisture settling and it gets cold, or it picks up and gets windy. A wind sheeter is fantastic to keep off the wind chill, and also it will keep off light rain. As I say, I'm not out for the night, I haven't brought a tent, etc. So this is all I'm carrying, very lightweight. And of course, my Webtex mug for a nice hot cup of tea, which I prepared earlier. All right, furthermore, I have my flask and cup, etc. All right, for eating. I have my flask and my cup for holding my stew, and I've got a cup for drinking. All right, and my Barco knife. Okay, just to cut some wood. All right, and that is the pouch. One of the great things about the pouch is, if you unzip the front, it becomes much larger. It extends by, I would say, another half again, if not a full third. So you can carry much more in this than you actually realise. And it's a great feature, I love it. Let's close that back up again. On my person, I have my fire lighting kit, which includes a lighter. It includes my forest fundamentals, ferro rod, and this ferro rod is hollowed out and it comes with some grey tinder. It's hemp rope waxed, which is fantastic. I have my bellows and I have a little bit of lippy. I hate that lips. I have my knife, my bushcraft knife, and I have my Adler's axe just to chop some wood. So very lightweight, very minimal. This is a nice soft shell as well. Got a lovely woolen jumper on, my old combats and boots on, and a cap to cover my head. All right, so that's what I'm out with. Now tonight, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna relax and have a nice cup of tea out here. I'm gonna have some lovely hot stew with a dumpling. All right. So if it's something you fancy watching, yeah, like and subscribe, leave some comments, and we'll get into it. Got some silver birch here. Plenty of dry leaves to go in. There's some wood I chopped earlier. So this is a fire starter from Forest Fundamentals. Like I said before, they always come up with some ingenious designs, which I find fascinating. So this is hemp rope that you use as tinder. You strike the ferro rod and it lights the rope. Ingenious. And then you pull it through to put it out. Let's try it out. Okay, so first you kneel this a little bit, get it all nice and fluffy, give it some volume, plenty of air in it. All right, and you take your striker, and there you go. It's and that's it. Love this bag, extremely tough, well made. The quality is exceptional from Forest Fundamentals here. place that on the floor. So these are my French mess tins. They're non-stick and they come with a plate and just one mess tin. But the mess tin's rather large, so that's all I need. Inside, have some biscuits to go with my tea. Brew kit. Some Dragon Fuel backup fire for the fire, just in case, which has never happened, to be honest. And there's the non-stick mess tin. Oh, and my cloth. Gotta have your cloth. The thing with a twig burner is that it burns your twigs and your fuel really fast because you can't get a lot in there. So the fire loading in there is rather small. So let's build it up once again. These bellows are excellent. They come in at about £1 a piece. Keep you a certain distance away from the fire to stop you getting smoke in your eyes. I had the idea for these when I was younger and we used to use car aerials. Now I'm older, Amazon's your friend. Look at that, I don't even need it. There's a lot of air that passes through this bottom plate on this Boundless Voyage wood stove. It circulates really well. So I've just poured out my lovely stew. I'd love to tell you I made it, I didn't, my wife did. It's just come out of my flask and I'm going to reheat it on the fire. Look at that. Again, this Webtex is fantastic. Little flask. Pick them up for like £5 or less. They come in an neoprene outer just to keep it warm. Plus it's the flask anyway, so cheers. I think I'll save that. And the biscuits for after. Yeah, let's get it nice and hot now. It looks about ready. Look at that dumpling, oh my God. See, and while we're eating, keep the fire loaded with wood. That keeps us warm, comfortable. Yeah, let's take that off now. I don't need it. Let's fill that up. Let's get some of that dumpling, shall we? Beautiful. That's really good stuff. This is living, you know. Out in the field, fire, cup of tea, food, good food. Don't get much better than this. You've got to celebrate your freedom while you've got it. And while you're still young enough to use it. I think since my accident and injury in the fire service, I've come to appreciate that more. When I'm feeling good and I can get out, which is not often, I do. It's worth celebrating those moments, you know. That's really good. Nice bit of potato and dumpling. Cheers. Now, the skies are open and it's that time of the evening where the cold is now beginning to emanate down from the sky, and there's a lot of moisture in the air, as you can tell. All right, so I'm going to put on my wind cheater and waterproof from Arctis. All right, this is not from them, by the way, it's made by them. I bought this myself, so really nice and light. Fantastic bits of kit there. I would still suggest a snug pack patrol poncho, but where I'm travelling so light, it just makes sense to use this. I did have two. I think I gave one to Wayne Bennett. Big shout out to Wayne Bennett. Hope you're well, mate. How are you? Yeah, so that's me settled and sorted for the night. Sorry for the absence of my daughter, but she's got her A-level mocks on. And I hope you learned something about travelling light and just having a lovely evening now. No stress, no heavy kit. And just have a good evening. Okay? See you later. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section. For some reason, YouTube loves comments, so